Hello, hello. This is Fake the Nation, where we talk about news, we talk about culture, and where we dust off that old cloak of Western imperialism, throw it on, and see if it still fits. I'm your host, Negin Farsad, with you in this first Fake the Nation of 2026, and I come to you with fight in me, because we're gonna get through this shit, you guys. I promise we will. We'll talk about some of the shit that we are gonna get through today, like the recent ouster of Maduro in Venezuela. We'll share some good politics coming out of Colorado, and in more meaningless news, we'll talk about armrests. And finally, how do you handle fear? That's right, this is the episode in which we solve fear. That's just, we conquer it and then it's over by the end of this episode, which is very exciting for the world.
Yeah.
Today, you guys, do I have a panel for you? By the way, we're taping live to tape.
And also no tape.
And also no tape, it's all digital at P&T Podcast Studio in the Lower East Side.
I don't even have a microphone. I'm just speaking into a tin can for some reason.
We're doing this as sort of street theater.
That's right. This is performance art at the highest level.
The first busking podcast.
And we are the only three that will enjoy it. After we experience this conversation, it just dies. The two people who you hear here at P&T Podcast Studio in Lower East Side, I love repping New York City and especially my home neighborhood. All right. We have with us, you've heard both of them on the pod before, so this is one of those sit back and relax, these are familiar voices kind of pods.
Don't freak out this time.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, the freak out last time was a bit
That
much.
was
too
wild.
much.
Those bananas.
So that male voice that you're hearing is that of a podcast host, Judge John, of the podcast show, Judge John Hodgman.
Yes. Hello.
That show, in fact, will be taping live at the San Francisco Sketch Fest on January 18th. If you're in the San Francisco area, you should be going to that show.
I demand that you attend.
He gets really demandy.
No, it's fine. I mean, look.
I can hear in your voice that no, it's fine. It's not fine.
It's like, but it's not fine. It's not fine.
Every year, Judge John Hodgman goes to the San Francisco Sketch Fest. I think it's the first live show we ever did.
Oh shit!
Was at the Sketch Fest. It's the best comedy festival in the world.
Yeah, that I did last year, and that I was not invited to do again this year.
Well, some of us have never been invited, so
that's weird for you.
it's fine. It's fine.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come to the Sketch Fest and want to fly yourself and put yourself up, I'll give you free tickets to our show. And you can come on stage.
Folks, that voice is John Hodgman.
It's me.
Also joining us, the other voice that you're hearing, she has a show at FDK at Young Ethel's on Saturday, on January 10th here in New York City. You should go. Shows there are so fun, and this show will be particularly fun. She's a comedian. She's a cartoonist for The New Yorker that was recently name-checked in the New Yorker documentary on Netflix.
Right.
Was so exciting, and that name is Emily Flake.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, so excited to have you both on. And just real quick, one of the most horrible things that Emily did to me, she is both a friend and an arch enemy. What she did to me was invite me to judge New Yorker, for the New Yorker Festival. I had to judge like New Yorker cartoonists who were given prompts on the fly.
Right.
And then they drew them, and then we had to pick like winners. Me and another comedian had to pick winners. And the last challenge, they turned the tables. The comedians who were, by the way, not at all people who know how to draw.
Right.
That's what makes it fun.
We're given prompts, and we had to draw and display our miserable cartoons for the audience.
I feel like we should also say that this was like
I did
2
win.
years ago.
This was last year. This was the year 2025, the year of our Lord.
Okay, does time mean anything?
I'm going to say it was like pretty recently. And it still stings, the humiliation that I experienced.
What did you draw?
It was like a pregnant cat, and then in the caption, because the prompts were like cat, pregnant, and pizza or something like that. I can't remember.
Classic CPP.
Or something like that. Classic.
A well-worn trope.
And the caption was something like, the cat obviously looked pregnant and was getting married, and it was like, if anyone asks, I just ate a lot of pizzas.
Listen,
That's
I
good.
legit
Thank
think
you so
you did a
much.
fantastic job, especially being thrown into that. And they were like, don't tell them in advance.
Does Rebnick listen to this pod?
Yeah,
Hey,
if
guy.
you're listening, she's got gags.
Yeah, here's my recommendation to David Remnick. Run this
wasn't-
cartoon every week. The Cat Pregnant Pizza cartoon by Negin Farsad. Every week. Run it again and again and
Thank
again.
you.
This wasn't even what I thought you were going to be mad about. So,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
I have a whole Rolodex of ways in which I've wronged you.
All right, let's get the show started. Before we do, though, go to patreon.com/Negin Farsad to support the show. And thank you. There's been a little boomlet of supporters for the new year, which I think is so cute and so delightful, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. Patreon.com/Negin Farsad. And now let's get into it with topic number 1. We're going to launch into some science and culture. What better way to start the first real show of the year than a little discourse on geoengineering?
Yes.
Now, I didn't realize this, but in 1991, Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines erupted and sent about 15 million tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. That eruption ended up cooling the planet by 0.5 degrees Celsius. Did you guys know? I didn't know this. So now we have scientists calling for the testing of man-made a version of this, which is called stratospheric aerosol injection, SAI, where we basically actually spray some shit into the stratosphere that'll calm the sun down.
Scientifically, it's called some shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
This is my question for you. There's these scientists that wrote a piece for The Guardian calling on governments to start testing this. Now, you're both decorated geoengineers.
That's right.
Do you,
I wore all my
Like a
medals
tree.
today.
do you have little geoengineering merit badges?
That's right.
Mine is a tattoo. It's more of a tramp
Hardcore.
stamp.
Hardcore.
Your
Yeah.
geoengineering tramp stamp.
I got drunk in Croatia in 1997, and I didn't know what I was getting.
That's really the only credential you need to be a
ended up
geoengineer.
drunk in Croatia and then ended up with a PhD.
Right.
So do you think that we should start taking this kind of thing seriously as a climate change measure and start testing as these scientists think we should?
I honestly would say yes if I thought we deserved nice things. I 100% do not trust the political climate to deal with the actual climate. Yeah.
I stepped on your
okay.
line. I'm sorry. You set that up so beautifully.
It's just no. You back up saying me. It's good.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we're like Run DMC.
Exactly.
Wait, so you don't... Okay, so the political climate is not... Repeat that line, because now I wanted to say it and I couldn't say it. Because John Hodgman fucked it up so bad.
I don't trust the political climate to deal with the actual climate.
Okay.
If there was a world in which we had a robust global scientific community that could be trusted to do these kind of things responsibly, great. But I feel like this would very quickly turn into a let Elon do it situation. And then it would just be like mirrors and like literal mirrors shown into space, like he's an evil scientist.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to have mirrors. The idea is to reflect the sunlight back into space. Back at the sun.
yeah, the mirrors would be pointing away
What you
from...
want, what you
And
want
you-
is the sun to be going like, oh, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's... we want the sun to look into the mirror.
And we don't, but we don't want to use giant mirrors.
But we don't. We want
Because then you're going to have a giant Candyman problem.
Which we want to
Oof.
use some shit, which is the scientific
Shit.
term.
Yes.
Aerosolized some shit.
Aerosolized some shit. It's SO2, sulfur
Atmospheric
dioxide.
farts, I believe is what we're looking at. Yeah.
Atmospheric farts.
So what happened was this one, what was the name of the volcano that erupted in the Philippines?
Pinatubo?
Yes.
And it erupted however many metric tons
Yep.
of material, and
Yep.
that reflected sunlight. It
Yes.
wasn't just that it shaded the area; it actually flashed. the
Yeah,
sunlight
the way I
back.
said it was like it shaded the area, which is kind of, but you're right. It
The
reflected
idea is it's
sun.
going to reflect.
Yeah.
And I read the article and I was fascinated. The Earth already reflects about 30% of sunlight back.
Yeah.
That's because, I bet the ocean.
Yeah, well,
reflects
and
a lot
also
of it
shiny
back.
because
parts.
every time
The
you
shiny parts.
stand up and put your hands in the air, you're reflecting sun
As if
back
I
into
just
the
don't
air.
care?
As if you just don't care that you're reflecting sun back into
So
the
it's
air.
good that I do
It was
that
a
all the
climate
time.
change call in that hip hop song. It's something that we didn't know at the time.
And so, and Emily's absolutely right, because one of the things in the article that scientists were saying is Well, the downside of this is that if we do it for a while, if we spray some shit in the air to reflect sunlight, and then there's a political change and we stop doing it, all of a sudden it's going to be a catastrophic rewarming at that point or something like that.
Right.
So that's no good.
No, right. So it's sort of like, it's a little bit like Ozempic. They say if you stop, then the weight comes back.
Exactly.
It's exactly like Ozempic. You can't ever really stop. Or something. We don't know because we haven't really been testing it.
But the thing is, if we got this out of a Filipino volcano, let's just do that. Let's just blow up some more volcanoes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fun.
Surely we have a store of unexploded volcanoes.
Yeah, that we can be exploding.
Yeah. It would be more exciting.
How do you...
And it would deal with the supervillain layer problem that we have.
Is it like one of those situations where you just put like hairspray over a volcano and it does it?
Why don't you leave the blowing up of the volcano to science?
Are you seeing this as sort of like a 1980s hairspray kind of situation, where you light it on
the
fire?
aerosol can, and then
Right.
you light the volcano on fire.
Yeah.
And then we did a stratospheric whatever aerosolizing.
Maybe we should have left the aerosols in the hairspray cans that everybody was so mad about in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, this is my only question is if we come up with shit like this. Now that you talked about politics, if we come up with shit like this, does it mean that we'll just be like, just go ahead and drive those gas cars?
I think that is definitely a potential bad side effect, but I think the more likely bad side effect is that, again, instead of doing it in some sort of responsible, globalized way, it'll just be taken over by madmen with lots of money.
Right, got you.
Also, and Emily's exactly right, and there is a robust scientific community, but they're under attack. By a bunch of authoritarian governments right now, and the major universities in the United States are buckling under to those authoritarian. They're not doing, they're curbing their research. They're, it's just not a good time for a global scientific project.
The takeaway here is maybe we deserve to drown
in sun.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move into culture. Now, this is one of those things that probably doesn't need talking about, but we're going to talk about it anyway. I'm going to let you guys judge. Before the holidays, Trump added his name to the Kennedy Center. It's now the Trump Kennedy Center. It was an act of Congress that designated that, so this name change is probably not entirely legal anyways, whatever. But putting that aside...
Why are we even talking about what's entirely legal anymore?
Now he wants to add marble armrests to the theater. Now, we could talk about the whole thing, but I want to first just really focus in on marble armrests. Like, what are your personal positions on marble armrests in a theater?
What an absolutely perfect analogy for everything this doofus does. I mean, it's showy, it's completely impractical and uncomfortable. Have you ever put your arms on marble?
Yeah.
And think of the age of the people that go to...
Yeah, what you want under those elbows is just a hard, cold surface.
Yes. Well, now, here's what I have to say about this. Marble is an impractical material for countertops and armrests. It's trashy looking to me. It's faux luxury.
Yeah.
It chips, it stains, but it does get cold. And if you're trying to bring some relief to your mysteriously bruised hands...
Good
marble,
point.
laying it on some cold marble might feel better.
So what Hodgman is doing right there is referring to Trump's mysteriously bruised hands.
How do you know I'm not referring to my mysteriously
and
bruised
his
hands?
Own
I can see his hands, and there are no bruises.
My hands are not mysteriously bruised, but
they are dry. You should hand moisturize.
I do have some weird nerve pain in my right forearm, and this morning, thinking about laying it down on some cold marble, this elderly white man did think, well, I'm not against it.
Can I tell you guys a little bit about this name change situation? So I was just in D.C. recently, and we were filming, because I'm making a movie, blah, 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 we'll talk about it later. And we walked by one of the buildings, I can't remember which one, let's call it the Department of Labor. it was something like that. And all the agencies are the same.
I think it's now called the Donald Trump Department of Work Triumph.
Well,
A++++.
for the
economy.
record, so whatever this building was that I walked by, I have to go look at my files, was called a Department of Labor. And then what they did, and it was engraved, it sketched into the building, right? Engraved into the building. That's how you read it. What they did was they went and did a little paste on of Donald Trump on top. So now it says the Donald Trump Department of Labor.
Really does.
But it's two different. The paste on is a silver, they just glued it on.
Did they really?
And so it doesn't match the engraving. So I looked at the photos of this to see how they tried better with this, because this was a sticky outy thing with Kennedy's name. And so they tried to match the sticky out. From what I could see in the photos, again, I haven't seen it up front, but it looks like they matched it nearly okay, but still not the same. It still doesn't look like the same.
Just enough to be annoying.
Just enough to be annoying.
I also think we should refer to it by its actual name, the Donald Trump and the John Kennedy Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of name you got to say in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's a lot of name. So
I was down in D.C. and I noticed that he had covered the Washington Monument in rose gold leaf and pasted a sign up that says the Donald Trump masculine compensation symbol. I thought, you know what? Classy.
Yeah. It works.
It's really just tinfoil to match the hats of his followers.
Hey.
Wow.
Way
to alienate half the country.
Sorry, MAGA listeners.
I know,
so much for the
Emily,
tolerant
we
left.
have so many MAGA fans of their show.
So many mags.
Well, if my dad tunes in, then that one's for him.
You know what's interesting? Is your dad still hardcore or?
That is an ongoing conversation that I don't know how interested either one of us are having anymore. He's 87 goddamn years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because I only asked because my mom has a bestie who has simmered down significantly. She has been very unhappy with the second term. So her Trump fantasies, have dwindled into near nothingness.
What could be... What's going wrong?
Well, it's funny because her.
That sounded like a joke, but I am genuinely.
But genuinely,
what is it?
the thing she cites is that her daughter and her son, her daughter and her daughter's husband both lost their jobs around the same time, had a very hard time getting a new one, and were really freaked out about health insurance. So they had to go on Obamacare. So for all of those reasons, she was just like, oh, this is terrible. And because then the daughter would also be like, the prices of groceries are real shit. And so there was just like, it was a stew of those kind of really super, super normal kitchen table issues that has turned her
You're talking about the affordability fraud that the Democrats are peddling?
Yeah. That I think Trump said recently, he doesn't understand why the country is thinking this way or something. They had a little meeting about why they might lose.
But have either of your MAGA acquaintance, what your fake auntie and your dad, are any of them upset about, there's this America First MAGA cadre that doesn't like this intervention in Venezuela?
Well, we're going to get to that in the next topic, Hodgman. Let's just see.
Maybe
let's
Judge
put a pin in my dad.
Segue there.
You know what?
Something up.
Let us take a quick break, and when we're back, Venezuela. All right, and we are back, and we're ready for topic number 2. Let's talk about politics. Nicolas Maduro and his wife were marched out of power last week, and now they're in Brooklyn at a beautifully renovated brownstone, and everyone's fine. You can see them brunching at the Stone Park Cafe on weekends. No, Maduro's vice president was then installed to run Venezuela, not the opposition leader who had lawfully won the previous election. Apparently will have access to oil that was originally excavated by American oil companies, namely Chevron, which I'm sure is something that we've all been really concerned about.
My number one voting issue, will Chevron get its oil back?
And so I guess but let's just open with, what does this all mean to you?
Ooh, it means I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Even just the way this is all being talked about, the fact that it's not just an unending wall of wait, what? No, you can't do. The fact that it's being talked about as though something fairly. Let's have a discourse about this.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should frontline this. I'm not pro Maduro. He's a bad person.
Yes.
And yet, there's just no world in which I could be it's absolutely cool that we just went in and took him. That's bananas.
Yeah, Hodgman.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a weird way to start the new year.
Yeah. It was so weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
We're going this
someone's
hard.
New Year's resolutions were different from mine.
Right.
I know, his vision board.
And I don't even know that it's Donald Trump's New Year's resolution. I think it has a lot to do with Stephen Miller and his desire to destabilize the Caribbean. And Marco Rubio would love to get rid of... there are all kinds of... oil and distraction and destabilizing the Caribbean and eroding the rule of law so you can do whatever and making Donald Trump feel like he's on par with illegal governments like Putin's and semi-legal governments like Xi's. No, don't come after me, China. But I mean, China's got to be emboldened to be like, oh, look at Taiwan over there. So it's very upsetting for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing that really struck me is living in New York City, you never get over how weird it is. Like Nicolas Maduro, by the way, horrible guy.
Yeah.
And I've got a Venezuelan American friend who really kind of opened my eyes to the fact that the Venezuelan expat community is very, very happy that he's gone, and they should be. I'm not sure that there's going to be a lot of improvement.
Yeah.
Well, he's gone, but his
like
government remains. That's what's weird about the whole thing. Is like it's like not the Machado, the opposition leader, was not installed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like literally just the vice president who believes in all of the same shit.
But think of like Emily's right. Think of the precedent that it sets. Right. The erosion of international law, allowing a tin pot dictator who believes that he's above the law, who is known for sending out masked thugs into the streets to disappear his political enemies. Could another country come in and just take that guy? Now I'm kind of in favor of it, actually. That's sounding pretty good. No,
Carney, if you're
not.
Listening.
But New York City is a weird place to live because you're constantly reminded, like, so I've lived here for 30-something years. I've never once been to the Statue of Liberty, not once. Even though I see it every day from 15th Street where I live. I'm walking, let's be honest, to the liquor store. I see the Statue of Liberty right there. It's like, oh, everything's so close. And the Metropolitan Detention Center where Maduro is being kept right now is less than 2 miles from my home. That's a brisk walk away.
It's so weird.
It's within shouting distance of my daughter's school.
And then I looked it up, and it's like, oh, right, all these other people were there. Yeah. Like, it's not a great tourist attraction, obviously, to go visit. I hear the gift shop is amazing. You can buy a Ghislaine Maxwell bobblehead, but...
The bathrooms need work.
Was Ghislaine Maxwell?
Ghislaine Maxwell was there until she was moved into her nice prison.
Oh, and then was
Luigi
Epstein?
Mangione was there?
I think he is
there. Yeah. Maybe they're palling around.
Keith Raniere from NXIVM, along with Allison Max. The rapper 6ix9ine.
Right. Okay.
R. Kelly was there.
So the documentary where fans are going to the NXIVM guy and doing like dances on the street. That's there.
Yeah.
That's
it's crazy. A real A-lister prison.
Yeah. This isn't a prison. This is an incredible season of The Traitors.
Yeah. I would 100% watch this reality show.
Why is it that all the famous ones got so strange?
Lots of not particularly famous people are there as well.
You need extras.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's right. That's right.
If I were going to be arrested by the federal government or illegally kidnapped from my government,
that's where you want to do it.
It's like the Chateau Marmont of federal detention centers.
Well, so the thing they're calling this now, this like kind of Western sphere of Western Hemisphere dominance, is resurrection of the Monroe Doctrine, or as they're calling it, and I'm so sorry to say this, and hopefully I'll never utter it again. The Donroe Doctrine.
Listen. The more you say it, the more it's going to become a thing.
I know, that's why I didn't say it.
Stop saying Voldemort.
I'm so sorry. I know. I've heard it so many times that I felt like not saying it seemed like I didn't know what was going on in the world. So I felt like I had to.
Everyone knows that you know about the Donroe Doctrine.
What do you think are the chances that Donald Trump knew what the Monroe Doctrine was before, like, yesterday?
Zero chance. By the way, most people had to go Google it again. It was not we don't all remember that part of high school.
I'd heard of it, but
except for Stephen Miller, who's like annoying and probably like reads his AP American history book over and over again or whatever.
He has Manifest Destiny tattooed on his, never mind.
Listen.
On his peen?
Ew.
Wow, that's like a really painful tattoo.
Nevermind means balls.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Listen, I got a 4 on the AP US history test.
I'm sorry, did you get a 4? Because I got a 5. But go ahead, whatever you say, just minus 1. Just minus 1.
Does that make up for the whole I made you draw thing that you taught me on my AP US history?
It
test.
To be for you to be put in your place.
Yeah, well, that's why I had to look up what the Monroe Doctrine was, because I did not remember.
Now, listen, the other thing is happening is Stephen Miller, he of the penis tattoo, the Manifest Destiny penis tattoo.
People are saying, I didn't say it. People are
allegedly, is threatening Greenland, which is a little bit like harassing Santa Claus. But anyway, they're threatening to take Greenland. This is weird. In a little-known Cold War agreement, the United States actually enjoys sweeping military access to Greenland. We can make, construct, install, maintain, and operate bases across Greenland. We only have one so far. It's a member of NATO by way of Denmark. I mean, I don't know. Every reason to have it feels like, why do we need it? They're already a member of NATO.
Yeah,
rare
earth minerals.
Right.
And I think he's trying to get us kicked out of NATO.
Right.
I think he wants out, but he doesn't want to, pull out. He wants to be able to frame it as
he wants to get NATO to break up with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is all shit news, but I want to share some good news, some good political news.
This is truly, I feel like we have aerosolized shit and put it in the atmosphere.
We solved it.
Why do we need to reflect the sunlight? We're already living in a cloud of
shit. We are living in a world of shit.
So this is, okay, this is to reflect Trump away from us. I'm so sorry, I didn't write this down, but a listener sent this to me, and I can't find, among the many platforms people can reach out to me, where they sent this, but someone from Colorado sent this before the holidays. Colorado voters approved a tax increase on high earners to fully fund free breakfast and lunch for all public school kids and bolster food stamp benefits. The increase is on households that earn at least $300,000 a year. I guess my question is, how does this make you feel? And hint, it should make you feel good about the power of states. But you guys go ahead and formulate your own opinions.
I mean, good.
Yeah, 100% good.
I think the tax should be, I think the tax should be doubled, and it should be a higher income threshold.
Like 500,000 or whatever.
I think
because does 300 not seem like that much to you?
I'm very happy if I make that much in a year, obviously, but I think that's not a ton of money.
Right.
Like, there are many, many extremely wealthy people in Colorado
that could cover that.
Could be covering that burden
right.
more.
And that burden,
add another layer to that.
That burden turns out to $327 per individual and $574 per couple per year.
Per year, which is still not that much.
And it's not that much, and I think, like, if you really put it in those terms, and you're someone who's making, the proposal won by 57%, so it was a handy margin. I'm imagining there are people there that make over 300 that voted for it, because it's not that much, and it ensures that kids aren't going to go hungry.
Yeah, that seems like a net good to me.
And I only
as long as these freebie handout school lunches include some bootstraps so they can pull themselves up on it.
These fucking freeloading kids.
Bootstrap chow mein.
Absolutely. Yeah. And can I also say
it's ski bootstraps there.
What's the worst thing you had in school lunch? We had American chop suey, which is this weird New England thing.
Oh, I don't even know what
which
that
is not has nothing to do with Asian culture or food.
We actually had a thing that I loved and still honestly have dreams about sometimes, which was like a peanut butter brownie situation with chocolate on it. It was like the most chemically ridiculous.
You're just talking about dessert.
I never ate anything but the sugar
dessert.
parts.
Okay, got you.
It was absolutely in the same way that like a table talk pie is kind of foul but wonderful. It was that world of pastries.
I just want to applaud my own memory for a second, because I only remember the good things. Like I remember the tater tots, and I loved them so much. And I remember the sloppy joes. I loved them in a way that they were like vile and dirty and like very American and something I would never have at home.
And the cardboard pizza, which has its own weird charm.
Yeah, which is that's a weird charm. Oh, that's so. I know. The chop suey is your worst.
American chop suey is basically hamburger, macaroni, and tomato sauce. It has nothing to do with chops.
There's no chop. There's
it's just
no
this
suey.
weird thing that came up.
The only reason I bring this up is because I want to keep bringing good news onto the show.
I want to eat it. I want to eat all of these things.
And
again, you know what I mean? I've had this fantasy about opening. This is not an elementary school thing, but it's more of like I want to open a college dining hall for everyone, you know,
that sounds fun.
and call the restaurant meal plan.
Yes!
And you buy it by the month and you just go and eat whatever.
Wait, is this the first time you're talking about this publicly? Have you shared this dream? Are there...
I'm looking for angel investors.
Wait,
That's what I'm
are we
saying.
the sharks?
Yeah. Sharks.
I'm in for like a good $327, the amount it takes for a person over 300 to cover.
I think that's a
food
legitimately
stamps for
good
kids.
idea.
All right, I'll look into it.
I actually love that idea. I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
And then do you buy a meal plan, or is it like it's just called meal plan and
You
it
go
doesn't
in,
have
you
like the
s- I
subscription
mean, You
service?
swipe your card or whatever, and
Right.
it's a subscription service.
It
And
is
it's
a
a
subscription
buffet.
Are there
and-
sort
Yeah.
of like
Communal
inside
tables.
bleachers to sit on and, you know, talk about your, like, you know, classes and your chlamydia?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic.
How much did you
CNC.
talk about your chlamydia?
I mean, you know,
You gave it a good shout out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a member of the Yale Chlamydia Club. We met every Wednesday
founding
in
member.
in the back of Commons, and we just
On that note, let us move on to topic number 3.
we had a bunch of koala bears in our club too. Famously, they have
Right,
chlamydia.
I
Yeah,
know. It is
they do.
koala bears, right?
Koalas
Yeah.
have chlamydia or
Wait, no, I think
chlamydia?
they have the clap.
clap,
They,
all right.
which is gonorrhea.
Wait, the clap is which one?
Gonorrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do kids still call it the clap? It feels like a 1950s name for
No,
it.
for some reason, all of my venereal disease slang comes from the 70s,
Okay.
including the phrase venereal disease.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I know. What do they call it now?
A sexually transmitted infection.
Ew.
I know, grosser.
Boring.
Doesn't venereal disease have a certain
VD,
poetry to
no,
it?
it
It's sort of
did.
like a fainting couch.
Yeah, I agree. Now, listen, we're moving on to topic number 3. Because when we all woke up to the news of Maduro, I think most of us had that little gripping tightness in our chest, right? Like the little tinge of fear that crept in. So I wanted to talk about fear and how to handle it, because we're going to feel that again as long as fuckbags is president. And I don't want it to dull our inner optimistic light. So first, what is your relationship with fear? Like, how often do you feel it?
Oh, so intimate.
By the way, Hodgman and I have exchanged a couple of text messages about a 2:00 appointment that he has to make, and I was like, "Is that fear?" You know, because he was worried about missing this call and the scheduling, and I was like, "Oh, I feel like we're experiencing a little bit of scheduling fear," which, by the way, is in a freelancer's life is constant.
Yeah.
Is it 2:00 already?
You're still good. You're good. I got you.
All right,
I mean,
good.
is it fear? Is it anxiety? Are those two things basically the
Right.
same
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
You know, it's all flavored in the same general.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, is there like a thing that you fear, like sharks or whatever, like a thing that you fear?
I do have a
classically?
very specific fear.
Yeah, let's hear
now,
it.
to be honest with you, I feel fear and anxiety, and we can figure out which is which, but like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's constant.
Yeah, sure.
No, and especially now, but it was always thus, and I probably always will be that. So it's constant management.
Yeah.
But I do have one phobia
Okay.
that really like makes me feel nauseated when I think about it.
Oh, God.
It raises when I watch videos of this.
Yeah.
You
It-
horripilate a little.
what do you call it?
Horripilate? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Where you get goosebumps?
Yeah.
And I recently learned that it has a name, which is submechanophobia. Fear of underwater machines.
Oh,
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
so hold on. When I can't remember the name of the submarine that exploded, Titanic or River. What was
the
that called?
Curse?
No, it wasn't called the Titanic. What am I talking
not the
about?
Curse,
it was called the something.
The recent thing. Yeah, the
with
little
the rich-
pod that went splat.
Yeah, I've got some jokes I'm not going to make about
Right.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that thing, I have such like weird, horrible feeling.
I call it the vanity smasher.
But I can't. I couldn't read any stories about that. I don't know if it's because of a phobia of underwater machines.
That feels like claustrophobia to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's
and
right,
I
that's
definitely
right.
would not be comfortable in a tin can at
No.
high pressure to
No,
look.
I couldn't even
surrounded by
read about it.
Billionaire assholes to look at the Titanic. I'm
What-
not sure.
yeah.
What kind of machinery are we talking about? Like underwater drilling pumps?
Yeah.
Or,
When
what do
I
you
was a
mean?
youth, I went to Disney World with our high school
Okay.
choir. We were performing selections
I'm learning
of Pirates of Penzance.
a lot about you right
Yeah.
now.
At one of the downtown, well, it wasn't called Downtown Disney then, but one of the off-park locations. I was performing the role of the Pirate King, because Rob Crawford, who originated the role on stage at Roberts Auditorium at Brookline High School, was on college tour at that time. So I filled in. And I had the day, I guess I was 13 or 14, to wander around the park by myself, and I went on what was then, no longer exists, the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride.
Oh, yeah.
Where I thought I was getting into a phony submarine to look at real underwater attractions, fish and such.
Right.
But and there were fish and other creatures down there, but they were all robots.
Oh.
They were all robots, including robot mermaids and robot mermen and a robot sea serpent. And obviously, it made perfect sense. Like, they're not going to put real fish in this poisonous lagoon.
Right.
And you can't control them. What if they go hide? But just the idea, like, I was haunted for years by the idea that at night, the ride stops, the people leave, and under that water, the robots live.
Right.
Okay.
In this scenario, are they still?
Are they still moving?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they have them on a cycle. They move them around every now and then so they don't rust. Because robots should not be underwater. And what's more, like, I'm starting to get freaked out about it right now. I went through life feeling as though that if something went wrong, I could trip and fall into that lagoon at night and feel their little fingers on my ankles.
You would become one of them.
I don't know. That was as far as I've ever gotten.
Wait, so
like
if you take that fear to its logical extension, the thing that happens to you is that they gently touch your arm?
I never got that far, and I don't want to go any further.
I see. Got you.
And then they ended the ride in the 90s, but didn't empty the lagoon for almost 10 years. So the everything was still
like
lurking under there.
Building, no ride?
It was a real lagoon. It was real water. Just fake things underneath, where robots should not be underwater.
Was this Disneyland or World?
It was both. In Disneyland, it was called Undersea Adventure. It wasn't themed to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Now it's still, they revamped it. Now it's a Finding Nemo attraction, which I have gone into, by the way, as an adult.
Brave.
But I mean, that's the only way to
my daughter
tackle
just
fear.
went into. We took her to Disneyland for the very first time. A week ago or so, and so. And she went on. I'm the parent that stands and waits outside. I don't go on any of the rides, so that's
because
I get motion sick.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And I wish that was just a fear that I could overcome, and in fact, it is a physiological nightmare that I cannot overcome.
Yeah,
but fear has physical effects, but it is a psychological state.
Yeah,
and indeed, I think the only way to overcome fear is to process it through immersion.
Wait, but so you've literally watched videos,
like literal immersion.
I've discovered that I still harbored this fear when they finally announced they were emptying the lagoon 10 to 15 years after they closed it, and people were posting their videos of their ride-throughs, and I would watch them, and my heart would race.
Oh, my God.
And I go, this is still real for me. So when I went back to Disneyland, I had to get into that thing. And it's just, like the way I deal with fear, I just go with Dune.
Yeah.
Fear is the mind killer. It is the little death that causes complete obliteration. I shall face my fear and allow it to pass over me and through me. Where the fear is gone, I shall turn my inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing, only I shall remain. That's Frank Herbert's litany against fear.
Does feel like a specifically
it's so specific.
A very Hodgman-coded fear. It's very specific.
I'm fear of robots. I'm afraid of robots. I'm afraid of robots at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I conquer them with a recitation from a science fiction novel from the 60s.
This entire thing is beautifully on brand.
But I do think that both of those things are universally applicable. And I think that Frank Herbert's litany against fear in Dune is a very powerful reminder that fear is a thought. And you let it pass. It has a physical effect, but you let it pass and you dissociate from it, not in a healthy way. And then where it is gone, there will be nothing, only you will remain. That's my feeling.
Well, isn't that a healthy approach?
Yeah, okay. So, Emily, what are your fears and have you overcome them?
Oh, my fears are legion. I mean, like John, I also have just the underlying constant
anxieties, right?
Fears and anxieties. Not a huge.
Move into your mic.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Not a huge complement of phobias. I mean, I'm scared of heights, which seems like such a basic bitch fear.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. Don't even mention it out loud again. That was weird.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to both of you and to our listeners. listeners and to myself. But the way I deal with the ambient fear is just a low daily dose of amphetamines.
Nice.
Which just kind of turns down the volume on every single emotion.
Yeah.
And replaces it with kind of an aggressive giddiness that I enjoy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know that I think I thought about if I have a fear. I think my fear is I must have many fears, but one of them, I'm afraid of driving, but I do it. So I conquer it in that I force myself to do it.
Did you grow up in California?
I grew up in California, but then I graduated from high school and then I basically never drove again. So but every time I go home for Christmas, I force myself to drive a couple of times. This year, I fucking drove all the way to Los Angeles to see my BFF and come back to Palm Springs.
To Palm Springs.
Between Palm Springs and LA.
Still,
It's like a 2-hour drive.
That's
it was
great.
a big deal. I was had heart palpitations the entire way. And I also have a fear of bike riding in New York City because
Appropriately.
You should be afraid
which
of it.
is appropriate.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I really want to do it because it's such a great way to get around town. And so I'm trying to slowly conquer that fear.
There is a subway still.
I know, but it's just but I do like the idea
And the
of
buses are
being
gonna
an
be free.
adult. That's right, buses will be
You
free.
could get one of those dopey little scooters.
I wonder if the fear will still be there with scooters. I don't know. I haven't thought about.
Don't do any of it.
Don't
This
just
is the dad
you
in me.
should-
Okay,
Please
so
do
you're
not.
just don't do any of it.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
there's
I'm
an adult human in my
extremely
life who
does
who's
bike.
scooting around Atlanta all the time, and I do not like that at all.
Right.
My husband rides his bike everywhere, and that's part of my ambient fear.
Right. My
palette.
husband rides his bike everywhere, or rides city bike everywhere, and
Yeah.
it is. I don't know. He seems quite. Oh God, knock on wood.
Knock on
I'm not
laminate.
even going to say anything more than that.
Oh, by the
Okay.
way, I'm replacing this table with marble for next time.
Which has
It'll
no
feel-
luck properties. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Yeah. It'd be nice to pull it from my-
All right. Well, listen, folks. I want to know, how do you handle your fears? How are you, man? And then just as a final note here, how would you think listeners should handle their fears around our political situation? What positive way can they do that?
By channeling them into rage.
And action.
There it is.
yeah.
That's the one I'm looking for. And that's why I shared that story about Colorado, because Colorado voters took action and did a thing, and that thing is beautiful.
And they were calm enough to do that because of all the marijuana.
And then also let's remember last year also New Mexico did a thing where they'll be the first state to make childcare free. So I think that's a way to channel your fear, is to do shit.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely. I mean, if only for distraction, never mind positive social change.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, folks, that is the end of the show, and I want to thank our two wonderful panelists for joining the show today.
Emily, that's us.
That's the that's the two
think she's
of
talking
you.
about us.
But just remember, Emily only got a 4 on AP American History.
Wait, what
Should
year?
we talk about crossword puzzles for a
Oh,
second?
the other way that she tortured me.
Emily, what
the
year-
way
what-
that I was tortured.
What year did you take it?
95.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard year. That's a 95 of 4 is a 5 in 95.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Everyone says it.
Hodgman is a known ambassador of the advanced placement tests in America. So if you have any questions about APs,
Also,
People have often referred to me as a living embodiment of an AP test.
unlike, I'm sure you took a bunch of AP tests. That was
did.
the only one I took, and I ended up going to art school. So,
yeah. I went. No, by the way, kids who are listening, I don't think we have any. But if you're listening, I ended up taking so many AP tests that I arrived in college as a sophomore.
Nice.
They accepted that many of my credits or whatever. Doesn't matter. I still did 4 years. Okay.
I know you're smarter than me.
I'm so smart is the whole point of everything. Now listen, folks, I want the people of Fake the Nation to be able to follow you and everything that you do. Hodgman, where do they do that?
Well, I would encourage everyone to go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Judge John Hodgman channel there. It's called Judge John Hodgman Pod, or just search Judge John Hodgman. We are now doing Judge John Hodgman. We've been releasing new episodes on Maximum Fun every Wednesday for years. Now we do full video episodes.
Exciting.
So you can watch me bring the gavel down on real world disputes about dumb stuff. And we just, I think our holiday episode is still up there. So you can watch me bring the gavel down on some Jello desserts that we made, some holiday Jello desserts.
Ooh, love a combo of gavel.
That sounds fantastic.
I also please recommend people, please go to sfsketchfest.com if you're in the Bay Area, not just to go see the Judge John Hodgman show, which I really hope you will do on January 18th at Marine Memorial Theater. It's a lot of fun. But I'm also doing other shows there, and it's just one of the greatest festivals in the world.
It's one of the greatest comedy festivals in the world. It really is. Someone in the area, so lovely. Everyone is lovely. Yeah. The acts are fucking great. It's just such a good time. You cannot go wrong.
It's a really good hang. sfsketchfest.com. Search for John Hodgman.
And Emily Flake, where do people find you?
The easiest place to find me is Instagram. I am eFlakeagogo on there. That's EFLAKEAGOGO. And I also run a humor writing residency called St. Nels, and the handle for that is STNELLS, also stnels.com and emilyflake.com.
Yeah, if you're a humorist out there, one of the ways in which Emily did not ruin my life is by giving me a spot at this residency. It's so delightful. You can do so much focused, wonderful work.
It's a physical place upstate.
It's a physical place.
It's not upstate. It's in central Pennsylvania.
Excuse me.
No.
I misunderstood.
No, people confuse those places. It's in.
I've been looking for this house for a long time.
So Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which I want to give a shout out to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, because
lovely.
it is a genuinely beautiful, wonderful little city and with a ton of stuff to do and great food. Yeah, hats off to Williamsport.
Yeah,
and you were a part. You went to Williamsport.
I went to Williamsport. I was like one
there?
of the early people doing this residency, and it was just so great.
And I'm not sure if you know this, and Emily, maybe I'm spilling a business secret here, but the residencies are graded, and it says here you got a 3 out of 5.
Wow, I'm so sorry, Emily.
Points off for knowing too much about history.
No, the residencies are not graded, obviously. I just want to be perfectly clear on that.
Okay, folks, you know where to find me and all the things that I do. I just also want to thank everyone who makes this show a possibility. First of all, P&T Podcast Studio here in the Lower East Side. Thanks to our wonderful producer, Rob Heath. Thanks to Gaby who wrote our theme song. You can email us at fakethenationpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to support the show at patreon.com/Negin Farsad. And otherwise, we'll be back in your earballs next week.